That's a 6-pin.
Just Stayrook with that big hook. And by the way, all the players today in the championship round play the power ball, the big hook. As you see from our low camera, the wide hook with that rotation of the ball on Just Stayrook's ball, about 14 revolutions from the time it leaves his hand till it hits the 1-2 pocket. Easy spare, the 6-pin.
Kathy Stayrook. Good little tears of joy in her eyes after that conversion. She has a right to be proud of Jess as tiny Chris Warren comes up now. He's trailing by 21. Let's see how he rebounds after an open frame. Very well indeed. Extremely high hit, but the 4 went. At 115 pounds, we asked Chris, he still throw one of the most powerful strike balls on tour.
The bowling center that I grew up in, you had to play in between the 4th and the 5th.
Got a glint in his eye, hadn't he?
Got that Texas spirit. Between the 4th and 5th arrows, they didn't put much oil in the lanes, obviously, where he learned to bowl. Now he needs a strike to stay close in the match.
Go!
What a great break!
Everybody needs a break, especially in Las Vegas. All right, a big double.
Watch this action. The head pin comes by and drives right on around, comes across, and here we go. What a shot.
And we're near the final stages of our very first match, live from the Showboat Lane and leader with the perfect 300 game in second. Berardi in 10th, 115,910. Okay, Jess Stayrook. One of our 2 southpaws bowling today. The other, Parker Bone, the 3rd. Jesse's first telecast, but he's had high finishes along the way in 87, 6th at Union City, and Indianapolis, 7th at Torrance. And he had another 6th place finish in the NW Pro Bowlers Classic in Phoenix. So enough experience to sooner or later get that first win.
Well, just making the top 5 the championship round here will obviously bolster his confidence, and every player has to walk a little bit before they run, and he's doing quite well now. A victory in this first match would really, really accelerate his confidence. Let's see what he does here. He has 11-pin lead, can make it 21.
And as I do each year on Super Bowl weekend, I asked him the team that they prefer, and for Jess it was the 49ers. For this little guy, he thought it might be Cincinnati.
And here's a look at the style of Stayrook going over the 2nd arrow from the left-hand channel. He likes the strike. He has a 21-pin lead. Warren up.
Good job. And like Jess, regional championships, but a 7th in 1987 in Austin, the Buffalo Open, the top seed, but he lost to Mark Roth. So these aren't really Johnny-come-latelys that have made the finals here from the huge field.
Chris Warren, 2 fantastic strikes. One in the 7th frame where the head pin came around on the left-hand lane and popped out the 10-pin. And then here in the 8th frame, he really asserted himself. He almost left what we call a swishing 6-pin. He sawed the 5 out so hard, chopped the 3 almost off the 6. He made 3 in a row, and he has set up a position where he can cut the lead here in the 9th frame of Jess Stayrook's down to just 1 pin with a strike.
Tiny guy, but look at the development of the arm. Beautiful job of stringing 4, and especially the strike in the 9th.
What terrific pin action we're getting here today. The pins today, Chris, are the heaviest we've used all year. 3-pound 8-ounce and 3-pound 9-ounce pins. And yet it seems like the combination of that low coefficient of friction finish for 40 feet combined with that last 20 feet of high surface friction really lets the ball accelerate into the 1-3 area and the 1-2 pocket. Now Stayrook leads by 1, 9th frame. He has a double up.
And now the 11-pin lead should add to his confidence here. Very late in the game.
An excellent shot here in the 9th frame. He had struggled on this lane in both the 5th and 3rd frames going high, and now he's put himself in a position where he can shut out Chris Warren with 2 more strikes. But right now, as you look at the score, the situation for a tie match, the first of the year, looms depending on who strikes here in the 10th.
A 7 and painful to Jess Stayrook.
One of his best shots of the match, and he does not like the result as Kathy looks on. Just stayed inside with his swing. He sent it out nice and wide. He trusted the ball, and not to be solid in the pocket. The 4-pin, he just accelerates over the top of the 7. Stayrook with a conversion would have a 220 sum game, possible 225. Chris Warren still has a chance. He's sitting on the bench.
All right. What a difference in winning or losing. The loser will get $6,000 and he's out of competition. The winner could go on to win $33,000.
You're right, Chris, and as Stayrook looks at the overhead scoreboard, it's very important that he gets a strike. There's what he's looking at. You can see 85 through the 5th frame and 4 strikes up for Warren. He has a possible 235. Stayrook, with a strike on this ball, will force Warren to strike twice. So it's a very important shot, the fill ball. That eliminates the possibility of a tie. So for Chris Warren, as he comes up, he needs a strike in the 10th and 11th frames to win the match. Right here.
A high hit, leaving the 3, 6, 10. So it's $6,000 for Chris Warren. You're looking at the winner behind Chris. Professional Bowlers Tour will continue after this message and a word from our local stations.